Netanyahu freaked out when Trump's team initiated direct talks with Hamas for Eitan Alexander. Trump negotiated directly with Hamas to get an American prisoner released. That's a big deal that he cut out Bibi, right? So that's the super good news here. There's also a couple of twists to this story. He's here. I'm happy to announce that Eitan Alexander, an American citizen, is coming home to his family. I'm grateful for all those involved. This was the step taken in good faith towards the United States and efforts of its mediators, Qatar and Egypt, to put an end to this brutal war and return all living hostages and remains of their loved ones. Hopefully, this is the first of those final steps necessary to end this brutal conflict. I look very much forward to this day of celebration. So he negotiates. So Trump negotiates directly with Yemen and says, "Hey, just don't bomb us. We won't bomb you. We're done having Israel's back over here in this fight." So cuts out. That's great. He then does a nuclear deal with Saudi Arabia and says, "Hey, you don't have to recognize Israel." So that's two. And now this is the third one. That's like just in a couple of days. Now, some people are saying this is all theater to make it look like there's a split between Bibi and Trump, and it really isn't. But I'll take the theater, at least. I guess I mean,
we'll find out whether it is or not, from whatever actual results come of it.
Netanyahu claims Israel breaking the ceasefire, imposing a starvation siege, and killing 2,500 people is why Hamas will release Eitan Alexander. So that's what he's trying to say.
Right.
Netanyahu, see, us starving them worked. They're releasing a guy.
Yeah, he didn't want them to release the guy, by the way.
By the way, he did not want them to release them. Of course he doesn't. Hamas has said it would release him right before the ceasefire was broken. He would have been home 2 months ago if it wasn't for Netanyahu. And I think most everyone knows that now, except demented psychopathic Zionists. And you have to be a serious psychopath to be still a Zionist at this point.
Well, that's pretty strong programming.
I mean, people say, how did the Holocaust happen right in front of everyone? Well, you're letting this happen right in front of everyone, and there are people defending it all over the place. Well, you're seeing how it happened. They're literally starving a group of women and children. Kids are literally. I am not going to show you the pictures because it's too heartbreaking. But you see them on Twitter. Little babies literally starved to death, this isn't like I'm putting this together. The Israeli officials are saying we are starving them on purpose.
Well, I know you.
So there's no hospitals. They flattened all the hospitals. There's no food. There's no medicine. There's no nothing. This is called a genocide. That's what it's called. So you could quibble over that word or not, but it's the textbook definition of what it is. So this guy Eitan, what's his name? Eitan Alexander. You might as well call him Chip because that's what Bibi's bargaining with him. He's a bargaining chip. Max Blumenthal says Netanyahu freaked out when Trump's team initiated direct talks with Hamas for Eitan Alexander. Now it appears Israel has targeted the site where Alexander was held, raising new questions about its use of the Hannibal Directive to kill hostages in Gaza, and thereby reduce the main point of political leverage for Hamas. So now what Max is saying is that Israel's now bombing where they were keeping those hostages to try to kill the hostages.
It's called the Hannibal Directive.
It's called the Hannibal Directive.
And you can watch their news and their talk shows and see the guy who's the guy that Bibi fired. And they go, was it the Hannibal Directive given? He goes, it was given. And he was like, yes. It was given, yes, when it should be given. And so that's why were those guys that were waving the IDF down with their shirts off.
And they killed them.
And I was like, why would they do that? It's just bad. No, they've got a Hannibal Directive to do that.
So Max goes on to say, since October 7th, Israel has killed dozens of Israeli citizens in Gaza, and there is every reason to believe it was done according to official Hannibal orders. So there you go. But the bigger news is that Trump went straight to Hamas. Hamas actually still has a lot of power because you don't negotiate with a group of people that don't have any power.
Well, they made every living person there into Hamas. Israel did, so they could kill them.
That's right.
So once you do that, now by de facto, they're the most important entity there.